Hello, I'm Angela Garry. I'd like to introduce you to three friends of mine and tell you a little bit about a project that we've been involved in. This is Sandy, the Draycott Scarecrow. He's about 3 inches tall. He's a little woolen toy who's been crocheted, and he was something that I bought 3 summers ago when the village that I live in, Draycott in Derbyshire, was preparing for its annual Scarecrow Festival. And I just thought he was so adorable, I needed to buy him and have him as a cute little thing to keep on my shelf. Now, I've been writing books for the last 4 or 5 years or so, and a story started forming in my head about him, and that culminated in me creating the first book of the Scarecrow stories, which was Sandy the Draycott Scarecrow, raising money for a charity within the village. There then followed 2 more books about him and his friends, a Christmas-themed book, and then another one for the following summer. And then last year, a lady called Marie, who I met, took Sandy and his friends, Pete and Fiery Fiona, and a whole bunch of other woolly characters who'd all been crocheted for the series of books that I'd created. She took them and the books to Africa, to Kenya, to a city called Nakuru, which is the 4th largest city in Kenya, where she's been volunteering once a year for a week or so with the children in a school, the Jubilee Academy. Now, kids there have nothing in comparison to what kids here in England have. We are incredibly privileged here in the UK. We take education for granted, we take healthcare for granted. Both of them are free here. They're not in Kenya, and people in Kenya don't have anywhere near the same amount of money that we have available to us here. So education is really highly valued in Kenya, but difficult for people to attend. They don't have uniforms, there's no books and supplies within the schools, and it's a really difficult situation all round. So Marie took these characters over to Kenya with her and was teaching in the school, got the kids to create their own stories about the adventures of the scarecrows, and then she came back with a bunch of photos and showed me and talked to me about the project, and I just thought, I have to do something more. So I'm just going to take these off so I've got my hands free. I then created book 4, and it's just arrived from the printers. Book 4, Scarecrows on Safari. We have Sandy and Pete, we have Fiery Fiona, and we've also got a new character, Kitty the Monkey, who they meet in Kenya. So this is the story of the Draycott Scarecrows and all the other woolly creatures going to Kenya, being part of the education of the school children over there, and then having a big adventure on safari. It's raising money for the kids in Kenya. £4 for a copy for a black and white printed book, and it's £10 for a colour printed book. There's only a limited number of these, and I'm going to be selling them over the weekend of the Draycott Scarecrow Festival from a stall that will be out in the middle of the village on full view for everyone. Please, please, please buy a copy. If you don't have kids to give a copy to, buy a copy and donate it, and I'll make sure it goes to a school, or just put money in the donation tin. The kids in Kenya desperately need some money to help towards their education. Girls over there can't attend school for 1 week of the month when they're on their periods if they don't have underwear and sanitary wear. It's that desperate a situation that they just don't have the things that we take for granted every day. Please help the kids in Kenya with this, and help me help them. Thank you very much. Oh, and the Scarecrows say thanks too.